Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another manga review. And today we're going to be taking a look at Fairy Tail Volume 53 from Hiro Mashima, which is the continuation of the final arc of the series, also known as the Alvarez Empire. And well, last time we learned quite a bit about the Alvarez Empire and how it's being run by none other than Zeref himself, otherwise known as Emperor Spriggan. And he has 12 elite members. We met, I think, like 4 or 5 of them in the last volume. 12 elite members known as the Spriggan 12. And our heroes, Natsu, Lucy, Gray, Urza, and the whole gang went to go and rescue Makarov, who's been there for the past year trying to negotiate with Zeref. Although we hadn't even met him until the last volume. He was sitting there playing cards with the minister there, waiting for the arrival of the Emperor, which he learned with Zeref. And, they made the great escape. In particular, the last volume we met Brandish when they were on Caracol Island, when we saw her abilities where she can basically make things grow really big or really, really small. You saw what she did with the whole island. And then we also saw Sorino, who formerly of the Oration Seis, now with Crime Sorcier, which makes me think we're going to see Jalal in the gang soon enough. And everyone is making their escape from the Alvarez Empire until they ran into Agiel, who is like the sand magic user. He was attacking them all and all sorts of crazy stuff. So let's get to this volume. You may be wondering about the cover there where you see Zeref and Mavis holding hands. Well, there's a chapter here where you learn quite a bit about the two of them. And there's also another series called Fairy Tail Zero, which shows the origin of the whole Fairy Tail Guild, as well as the relationship between Zeref and Mavis, which I'm probably going to do a review of that book as well. I'm probably waiting for box set 6, which got its release date delayed, so who the hell knows when I'll even review that. I think at the end of May, but we'll see. So, let's get to this. There's Mavis, and here we go. So, they are fighting against Agiel here, and he is quite strong, but Makarov was noticing how strong everyone else is. Gray uses the ice demon magic, Lucy has Stardress form, and just incredible to see his children grow in the past year. And he's getting involved in the fight using his magic, trying to smash him out there. Yo, you're not going to touch my kids. Quit it, old man. And he's protecting them while he grows really big and he's protecting them. The sands of death. So Makarov is ready to defend his children no matter what. And would you look at that? It's Loxus and the Blue Pegasus. So Fairy Tail Team B, consisting of Gajiel, Mira, Elfman, and all them, said we got to go get Mr. Lightning Man. And of course, he was actually working with Blue Pegasus in the year time skip because, he had to do something. So they had to go recruit him. And of course, the grandson of Makarov. And it's like, oh yeah, he's rescuing him. Look at that. So they're in the airship with Ichiya. And they're making their way back. So, we have Zeref here. It has finally begun, Natsu. And they're here on the airship, and just they all fall on each other. And they're happy to have Loxus back, and even the Raging tribe with Evergreen, Freed, and Bixlow. And Ichiya, I'm an outsider though. Men! So with that, they make their way back to the guild hall. And everyone's so happy. It's old times, man. Back to old times. Shit, remember when the guild was destroyed by this guy? Elfman was destroyed the guild under the cursed magic from Tartaros. So, some good stuff there where everyone's back. And actually, Makarov has become the master again. So he's the 8th master. And then they're like, what happened to Sorino? Because Sorino was their escape. She had the underground fortress, Olympia. Or the underwater, I should say. And he's like, well, I had to tell her that we had to make another escape route because she was probably sitting there for hours like, when are these guys gonna come in my ship, like, what's taking so long? So they start talking about all the other powerful wizards like Marin and Brandish here, and they're thinking about the battle. And Kana's like, come on, just have a few more drinks, Lucy, let's go. Because Kana loves her drinks. So Makarov apologizes to them for disbanding the guild, and is like, we're going to have to defend our home once again because Alvarez is going to attack going after the Lumen Histoire. So we'll do whatever we can. And then Natsu steps in. I'll fight anybody to protect the guild. It ain't about winning. We're making a stand to keep on living. That's what we're fighting for. Natsu always comes in clutch with the motivational speaking. So they're already rallying him to fight for their home. So with that, just as they're getting ready to adjourn the meeting, Mavis shows up again, and they're wondering what the hell is going on. Is this the ghost of Mavis, or is it the Mavis we saw down in the basement in the Luminous Soir? But at this point, it's the ghost of Mavis, I think, anyway. I don't even fucking know anymore, because she's appeared so many times. Like, she appeared for the first time during Sirius Island when she protected them from Echnologia, but also appeared cheering them on during the Grand Magic Games. And then also there was a little chapter, I forget which volume, but she appeared to speak to Zeref and told him, like, you know, you better not bring the war to us. So she's here to tell them the story of a cursed boy and a cursed girl, a tale of the singular magic they sought. And Lucy's like, what? What do you mean? And this chapter is called Mavis and Zeref. And this expands a lot more in the one-shot manga Fairy Tale Zero, which is like 10 chapters. I'm going to have to do a review of that to explain this more, because it does a better job. Which actually, that series came out before this chapter, just so you're aware. But this is how Mavis met Zeref, and Zeref actually taught the founding members how to use magic. Of course, the founding members being Mavis, Warid, Precht, and Yori. Yori being Makarov's father. Warid's still alive. He's a wizard saint. Precht, Master Hades. And this is over 100 years ago. So Mavis became known as the fairy tactician with her impeccable strategies in defeating the foes in the Great Wizard Wars over 100 years ago. And then they had Fairy Tale and you know, all that stuff. And the reason why she stayed a child was because she used this forbidden magic, actually fairy law, and she hadn't perfected it like Makarov had. Remember, he used it against Jose really early on, and because she hadn't perfected it, it sort of cursed her, and that she wouldn't age anymore because, I don't know, what does she look like? She's a preteen, doesn't she? But she's really like in her 20s. So, you know, she found Zeref again in the woods, and, you know, was like, oh, thank you so much, you saved us, Zeref, and just showing the compassion and the love that she has in her heart, and asking if you're really the Black Wizard Zeref, and it can't be true, you're just a kind man, and you can't be the Black Wizard Zeref. And he tells her, you have to stay away. You're using this ancient magic. That's where he reveals that she used fairy law, and it's going to stop you from maturing and aging, and how she's an immortal just like him. And how he has the curse where if he loves something, it'll die. And we've seen it in the past, in his childhood, killing those teachers when he was learning about the forbidden magic, killing the innocent animals, even here, killing the flowers. And Mavis runs away like, I don't believe it. That's not true. I can't believe it. So here's Yori and his wife being born. Or, what the hell is his wife being born? His child, Yori's wife, and you know, his child, Makarov, being born. So a cute moment here where they say, you know, we don't have a name. So Mavis, will you do the honors? And she's thinking like, oh, it's a little boy. Makarov. It's from a book I read a long time ago. And Makarov was the kindly king. So as the boy was named, you know, she actually passes away. And they're all distraught, like, how did she pass away? She was so cheerful. She just gave birth. What is the meaning of this? And this is where she thinks about what Zeref said to her about how you can't love anything precious to you or else it'll perish. And Mavis runs into the woods here and notices all the life, all the plants and everything dying around her. Just everything decaying, all the grass and everything, all the animals. And she's like, no, it's the curse of contradiction. Why? Why is this happening to me? And this almost reminds me of like Gollum from Lord of the Rings when you like hid in the cave for a while. You see like the bags under her eyes and everything. And Zeref comes across her and, you know, says that you have the Oxellum's curse, the same that I have. And Mavis says, I want you to kill me. Impossible. We can't kill one another. And Mavis thinks, you know, because they both have the curse, they should just kill each other. And just like a horrible, horrible thing. And this is Zeref talking about how he created the demons known as Aetherius to try and kill him, but it hasn't worked quite yet. And he even built up the Alvarez Empire. And Zeref doesn't know what to do because on one hand, because he's immortal, he wants to rule the world, but on the other hand, He just wants to die and rest. Wants to see his brother. And then Mavis says, oh, you're hurt, I won't reject you. Don't give up. There's some way we can break this curse. We have to. Let's find it together. Together? Yes, together. And they kiss each other there. And with that, Mavis died by the hands of Zeref. And so Zeref brings Mavis's dead body back to Precht. And just the fucking way he throws her. Like, what an asshole. But, he says it won't move on its own ever again. Good night, Mavis. And this is where he has the line, if Mavis is a fairy, perhaps I shall be called Spriggan. And with this, Precht, being the most intelligent of the original group, says, oh, there's some way we can revive her. There's no way she can be dead. What was that, Zeref, the Black Wizard? What is the meaning of this? And so this is when he encased her in the lacrima, and that her body is actually still alive, even to this day, 100 years later. And he's done all these different spells to try and bring her back to life, and there's like a faint glimmer of hope there. And even after Makarov was born, Yuri passed away as well. Just distraught by the fact that his wife died so young. I guess, not that he killed himself, but he just passed away with heartbreak. So, that's where we learn the truth there. So I'll have to do a review of Fairy Tale Zero, because it explains a little bit more about what went down there. But still good enough for the chapter or so to explain a little bit, because this is important for the end of the story. So, this is where we have to defeat Acnologia and rally the troops together, and I'll be the fairy tactician to protect you guys, and that's just that. So then they're talking about, like, well, who's going to defeat Zeref? And then Natsu, just leave that part to me. I can take Zeref down. I got a secret plan for it right here. And he's grabbing his taped up arm, which he's had taped up since we saw him return at the end of volume 49. So what is the secret behind his taped up arm? We'll find out soon enough. So Marin here has been punished by Brandish, turned into a little guy, which, and I don't see how that's punishment being around, Brandish. Checking all that out. And then Dimeria comes in here, and she questions why Brandish let those people go before. It's like, oh, I have no use for them. So, Brandish, obviously she's a villain because she's with the Spriggan 12, but doesn't want to be bothered by anything, it seems, So here they all are getting ready to fight. Just these fools messing around with each other. And they all say we got to get a good night's sleep and get ready for the final battle with Zeref. So here's the Council of the Spriggan 12, although it doesn't appear like every chair is full quite yet. We have Invel, Agiel, Brandish, Mew, that's what that means, Mew, Dimeria, God Serena, who, remember, is the defector of Ishgal, and does this stupid little dance here. No one's impressed by him. Gross. August, the wizard saint. And Makarov says he knows every magic possible. And we're no match to defeat him. So if we're no match to defeat, like, simple members, how the hell are we going to defeat Zeref? So Makarov also reveals the names of other characters who we see silhouettes of. Bradman, Nineheart, and Wall Eto. So Zeref says we're going to send the whole Spriggan 12 in there to annihilate Ishgal. And they're like, what do you mean, all 12 of us? Surely just a small group can defeat them all. It's an all-out attack. We'll leave nothing in their wake. So then it cuts over here to this cave. My forearm throbs. The left forearm the fire dragon consumed. The Dragon King festival begins. I will devour everything. For I am the Dragon King, I reign supreme, I am Acnologian. Still missing his arm. Incredible, man. So, everyone's trying to get a good night's sleep here to get ready for the final battle. Got Lucy getting in her pajamas, and Natsu sneaking in again, and like, what are you breaking into my house? How come you don't knock? Come on, Lucy, let's have some fun. So they're going to play some board games. And Natsu says we're going to do whatever it takes to win. Come on. So then again, all different factions doing their last remaining things before the great battle. We have Wendy talking to Urza, and Urza reminisces how, she was the one who invited Wendy to join the guild after the Oracion Sace arc, and says, Urza, you've done nothing but protect me, and this time I'll protect you, Urza-san, and a cute little hug from behind. And look at that, doesn't anyone want a hug like that from Urza? So, good stuff. Then we got Gray and Juvia eating a chocolate. Want the rest, Juvia? Your lips touch this. Oh, look at her face. And Gray says, when the battle is over, you'll have your answer. Whatever that means. So then it's got the rest of them chilling at the guild hall. And then all of a sudden they hear alarm bells. And Warren has his lacrima here with the radar. Enemy attack from above. 50 flying heavy cruiser class ships. What the? Look at them. All these airships are coming in now with Aegil. You're going to get pulverized, Fairy Tale, turned into desert dust. So Mavis rallies the troops, says, the enemy's coming from the sky. Hurry up, let's go. So just as he's ready to fire at Fairy Tale, we have Freed Jutsu Shiki activated, and he uses enchantment magic to create a barrier. So that's what he does. However, once his magic energy is drained, the enchantment won't last. So he's got to hold it for as much as he can until they can take out Aegil. So with Warren's telepathy, they're able to talk to everybody. And Mavis talks to Alzak, Biska, and Asuka over here with Osprey Force. And Biska is the badass sniper babe. So she's scoping it out and fires the cannon right there. Look at that. And then we got Natsu, Wendy, and Gajiel swooping in with the Xyz. The Dragonflight Force is here. Oh, yeah. And Biska has the Jupiter Cannon. Look at this thing. Trying to fire it at Aegil, but, he's so powerful that's not going to work. He deflects it, but it takes out his other cruisers. So, he saved himself, but his other ground troops are no good. So the Dragon Slayers land on his ship, but of course it's a moving vehicle, so they're getting seasick. And then, cutting the airship in half, we have Titania, the Fairy Queen. I'm the one who'll cut you down. On your knees, kneel before Titania, the Fairy Queen. In her Heaven's Wheel armor. So with that, we have Freed keeping up the enchantment. We have Biska recharging the Jupiter Cannon. And Urza doing battle with Aegil. However, on the ground now, we have Karim and Bakel leading the other troops. But, the dragons, because they can't handle fighting on moving vehicles, are fighting on the ground. Doing quite well against these fools. And Urza continually changing into her different forms. Blackwing Moonbeam. But then, they're getting more readings on the radar with Wal Eto making his way to the field. They're inside the town! So everyone's got to figure out what to do here to protect everyone. And then even at Lucy's place, she's like, I hear something in the bathroom. Is it Natsu sneaking in again? No, it can't be. And she sees Brandish in her bathtub. What are you doing in my apartment? I wonder why myself, but you certainly left an impression. So what the hell, man? And at the end here, Warren says there's even more ships making their way here. I was wrong. There's another force coming from the east. More than 1 million troops. 3 more Spriggan 12. We're surrounded. In all directions. There's no place to run. And Mavis, I've considered every potential strategy, but there's no way to win. Oh no. I haven't shown these off in the past few reviews, have I? Normally there's extra stuff. Oh, this thing, the Masters Edition, they were going to do kind of like Visbig does the 3-in-1s. These are 1-in-5s. They did 4 of these and stopped making them, which I don't know why. That would have been a cool way to print them because it was bigger pages. But now, like I said, the box sets. Oh, it's cool to see all the different things in the back, I guess. Oh, look at this Devil Survivor. That's like Shin Megami Tensei. Holy crap. So yeah, I love this one, man. I can't wait for the final box set now, which got its release date delayed, so who knows when I'll get it. I think it's supposed to release at the end of May, early June now. It keeps getting pushed back. So as soon as that arrives, we'll do an unboxing and then get ready for the finale of the series. But otherwise, I will probably do a review of Fairy Tail Zero first so we can learn more about Mavis's backstory. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Have a great day.